On March 7th, 2025, a single letter left the White House. It wasn't addressed to a friend. It was a 60-day ultimatum delivered to the supreme leader of Iran. The message? Zero enrichment, zero missiles, or zero options left. Most of the world thought it was a bluff. They thought the America First doctrine was about isolation, not invasion. They were wrong. As of today, April 30th, 2026, the Middle East has been reshaped by the most violent 12 months in a generation. To understand how we got to this fragile ceasefire, we have to go back to where the disruption started, 2017. When Donald Trump first took office in January 2017, he inherited a slow-motion war. ISIS held a caliphate the size of Great Britain. Cities like Mosul and Raqqa were fortresses of terror. The strategy change. Trump's first move was to strip away the red tape. He told his generals, "I'm giving you the authority. Win." This changed everything. 2017 became the most bombed year in the history of the war. In June 2017, the U.S. dropped the Moab, the mother of all bombs, on ISIS tunnels in Afghanistan, sending a clear message. The rules of engagement had changed. The fall. By July 2017, Mosul fell. By 2019, the last patch of ISIS territory in Baghouz, Syria, was liberated. But the defining moment was October 2019. Under the cover of night, U.S. Delta Force trapped Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Trump said, "He died like a dog. He died like a coward." He was screaming, crying, and whimpering. This victory wasn't just about ISIS. It was a test run. Trump realized that high-intensity air power, combined with total pressure, could dismantle an entire organization without 100,000 U.S. troops on the ground. He would carry this lesson into his second term. Fast forward to January 2025. Trump returns to the Oval Office. He didn't just bring back sanctions, he brought a kill switch for diplomacy. The Muscat talks. In April 2025, U.S. and Iranian negotiators met in Oman. The U.S. demand was zero enrichment. No nuclear research, period. Iran's negotiators called it a fantasy. Operation Midnight Hammer. When the 60-day clock hit zero, Trump didn't hesitate. 7 B-2 stealth bombers flew 18 hours straight from Missouri. They didn't hit military bases. They hit the impossible targets. The underground nuclear facilities at Fordo and Natanz. Using GBU-57 bunker busters, the U.S. dropped bombs sequentially down the ventilation shafts of mountains. The White House declared the sites obliterated. Iran retaliated by hitting U.S. bases in Qatar and closing the Strait of Hormuz. The Great Shadow War was now a hot war. For 6 months, the world suffered an energy crisis as oil prices doubled. But the climax came on February 28, 2026. In a joint operation with Israel, dubbed Operation Epic Fury, over 900 strikes were launched in just 12 hours. This was decapitation warfare. The targets were no longer factories. They were the people in charge. The strikes resulted in the death of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. For the first time since 1989, the iron pillar of the Islamic Republic was gone. The chaos. Tehran became a city of ghosts. The IRGC's command structure shattered. While hardliners tried to name Ali Reza Arafi as an interim leader, the country was already in the grip of a massive internal uprising. People who had lived under the regime for 40 years saw an opening. The U.S. Navy began escorting tankers through the strait, effectively breaking the Iranian blockade with raw firepower. That brings us to today, April 30th, 2026. A fragile 2-week ceasefire has been extended.
Time has come to make our
The new
stand.
leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has emerged as the new
We are
figurehead.
ready.
But reports suggest he was seriously wounded in the February strikes. He is mentally sharp, but his power is limited. He is currently legitimizing decisions made by a council of generals who are desperate to save what's left of the country. The blockade. Even with a ceasefire, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has made it clear: no oil is coming out. The U.S. has a total naval blockade. Iranian wells are being shuttered because they have nowhere to store the oil. As we record this, Vice President J.D. Vance is in Pakistan for indirect talks. The U.S. isn't asking for a deal anymore. They are asking for an unconditional surrender of the nuclear program in exchange for humanitarian aid. Trump's critics say he has pushed the world to the brink of nuclear catastrophe. His supporters say he has finally finished a 40-year war that 3 other presidents couldn't solve. One thing is certain: the Iran of 2017 is gone. The Iran of 2026 is a nation in ruins, waiting to see if its new leaders will choose survival or total collapse. What do you think? Was epic fury a necessary evil or a global mistake? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our next deep dive into the 2026 energy crisis.